To our technical supporters, have we linked with the online people? Yes? Khawuvula apha escreenini. Uba lo xa umane usithi ya. Asiyazi uba uthi ya kweli icala. All right. It's right, ne? All right, Ngosi. Okay, so we adjourned an hour ago in order to work out what the situation was with some people outside. We've sort of got some basic facts about issues of people who didn't RSVP, and some of them are being prevented from accessing the venue, and that's not a process that I'm in control of. The registrar is in control of that process. But what we thought we should do as the convocation executive is we should just have a short meeting, but I didn't want to leave people hanging about what the status of the inquiries are. So we're leaving that process outside to the registrar to attend to it. He is attending to it together with the university staff. Our business as Convex is to hand over the structure to convocation today. Our term of office lapses at 12 midnight today. So we have to either be elected back or elected out of the structure. There is no provision in the statute that allows us to postpone an AGM. The AGM must be held, failing which the term of office lapses. If, and I need to say this to convocation, if no AGM is held, the Vice-Chancellor takes control of convocation on the day that the AGM's, the newly elected structure lapses. Now, I don't want to persuade anybody about the catastrophe of that outcome. Convocation must always be autonomous. It must always be independent from management. But that also imposes an obligation on us as members of convocation to ensure that we comply with our own statutory obligations, because the power of the Vice-Chancellor to step in is automatic if the AGM is not completed. The second complication that we face, which is why we have to finish the business of the AGM today, is that we are correct. The only instance where the statute allows a postponement for 7 days is a lack of quorum. There is no lack of quorum here, even inside the venue and outside the venue. The AGM is fully correct. Where you are correct, you must finish the business of that meeting. Then there's a third complication. The electoral system is already running. Now, anyone who has ever had anything to do with elections knows you cannot stop an election machine in the middle and treat different candidates differently. Everybody is subject to the same rules at the same time, and they must be equally applicable. So those are the three strong reasons why the business of AGM, the business of convocation, must be finished today. But there is also a personal reason. I personally don't want to be the president of convocation that handed over convocation to management control. I don't want to have that legacy in my name. I would rather hand over the convocation to someone who has been elected duly by convocants. So the situation then is as follows. Convex will have a short meeting about way forward. And thereafter, we will reconvene. The convocation report has been circulated. It's not that long, it's 35 pages long. Okay, some people that may be long. But, but what I will do, I will read. No, this is not a time to entertain submissions. I'm not entertaining submissions. And if people are disruptive inside the meeting, we really need to be able to deal with that. Because we are university graduates. It is a Saturday. We've left our families and our children in order to come to this meeting. We should not be subjected to ridicule and insult. We've come here because we like this university, we love this university, we want the university to succeed. We have not come here because we have nothing to do with ourselves and our time. So when we see, I was sitting with Ms. Ford for 20 minutes, and she was being subjected to a barrage of insults by people who are employed by the university. Now, she's not my personal friend, but I've worked with her for the whole year, for 3 years. I've worked with her. We disagree, but she's committed to the business of convocation. And it's irresponsible that I don't protect her in circumstances where she's subjected to unnecessary insult by men. By men, you see. So we should be conducting ourselves exemplary. We've worked for 3 years too hard to raise the standard of convocation, to make ourselves to be taken seriously inside and outside of the university. Now, this is not the time to abandon all of the investment that we have made as convocation into the structure to be taken seriously. We've tried to make sure that we are independent from unions. We've tried to make sure we're independent from students. We've tried to make sure we're independent from management. That is not going to change today. There will be a new president later, or I will come as the president later. But then the new rules will be applicable at that point. But my term ends today, and it must end in the same spirit that it started. So I am personally not going to entertain disruptions and interruptions and unnecessary insults to members of convocation who have dedicated 3 years of their lives to making sure that this university is better than it was when they found it. So we are now going to take 15 minutes as convex to work through the way forward, which I have already outlined, but I am subject to democratic centralism, and therefore the convex may take a different decision to what I'm outlining. Thereafter, no, I'm not going to allow you, sir. And if you continue raising your hand, I will actually allow the university to take steps that it needs to take. And my understanding is that you are actually an employee of the university. And if you continue doing that, we are actually going to take steps against you with your bosses here. I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm told you are an employee of the university, you are also in the union. And please, this is a convocation meeting, it's not a union meeting. And personally, I actually get along with union members, get along with Nizela, get along with Mbongo, get along with everyone. But when it comes to convocation business, it's my responsibility to protect it. Because you are actually the one who was insulting Simtandile outside. You really are the one who was insulting Simtandile outside. I don't know if you want us to lodge a disciplinary case against you. So, no, I'm not lodging a disciplinary case now. I'm just saying that, no. Oh, you know how Tulan, Nizala, Tulan, and Tetinan. But I really ought to say this because I am not here to beg for votes. I'm a president of convocation, I'm outgoing. I should not be saying things just to win support. Because that's not my style, that's not how I work. So what we are going to do now, we're going to take 15 minutes, and there will be no submissions that will be entertained. After that, Convex will outline the way forward for the AGM. Thank you.